he is welcoming white, keyword white, South Africans into America.
Suddenly, when it's a group that looks a little more familiar, the border opens up, the taxpayer dollars flow, and the compassion kicks in. Let's just call it what it is: selective empathy.
No one that crosses that border from the southern border can seek asylum, but yet he could go ahead and make room for South Africans who are just losing land.
Well, Donald Trump says that they are completely vetted. That's 100% untrue, according to the South African government. They also said that the people that claim that they are being genocided are actually pro-apartheid.
Sending private planes to pick up 8,000 Caucasian South African refugees when we're kicking people out that are in the middle of their immigration proceedings here in the U.S. now?
While this racist-ass administration terrorizes Latinos across America, some who have been here all their life have done the right thing, go to their appointment.
So let me get this straight. Trump banned Muslims, caged Black and brown kids, and called Haiti a shithole, but somehow he's rolling out the carpet for white South Africans.
Do y'all remember when so many Latinos were backing Trump? They really thought he was on their side. They showed up at his rallies, waved flags, sang songs, even shouted Latinos for Trump. They believed he was their ally. But look at what's happening. He turns his back on them. He revoked their TPS. He started deporting people who have been living in the US for years. And now many Latinos, especially women and families, are living in fear. Fear of being kicked out of the country they have called home. Why? Because they voted for the wrong person. They put their trust in someone who never had their back. And here is what's even more confusing. While Trump is deporting brown immigrants, he is now welcoming thousands of white South African immigrants, giving them refugee status, housing, healthcare, full support, even though their country is not in the same kind of crisis as Venezuela, Cuba, or Haiti. So that got me thinking. What do Latinos think about this? And that's why I made this video, reacting to a bunch of Latino TikTokers speaking their mind about what's going on. Some are angry, some are just asking, why are we being kicked out while others are being welcomed? Make sure you watch till the end and let me know what you think in the comments. I really want to hear your take. And of course, full credit goes to original creators of these clips. Let's get into it.
So this is for all of my Latinos for Trump, which I will never forgive you for putting this man back in office. Especially because your roots, he was never going to pick you. Anyways, so remind me again how you guys were for a person that wanted to get all of the people that didn't belong here or came here the wrong way. Why are we trying to fly back white South Africans? Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring in some white South Africans. If you don't get the message now, like you guys are probably the type of people that like your ex told you that they needed to focus on themselves. And you believe them. Like, that's the type of people that I believe you are. Because this man was never going to pick you. He was never for you. And the fact that you fell for the BS is beyond me. This was never about getting criminals out. This was about getting people like them back in and back in control. So, like, that whole rhetoric, it was a lie. I don't know if you've noticed. Because you guys have been very quiet. I haven't seen a single Latino for Trump come out and, like, defend their stance. Because you have no stance. They want us out. We are the target, okay? And you were complicit in getting this man back into power. But it's fine. Like, we'll have a whole therapy session about it. But yeah, it's very clear what they're trying to do. And you know what? Like, you can still, like, make amends, but you have to start standing up. Like, you have to start speaking up. Just like you were so loud to defend this man, like, we need you now to step up and get united with us. And back our community up and step up because it's getting more radical out here. And they're only doing it step by step. They were never going to come out like in like, you know, Star Wars Death Troopers style. No, they were going to do it piece by piece and it's getting worse. So we need all the help that we can get. And you guys need to make this right.
I don't ever want to hear that Trump is a racist because what's happening right now is 1000% about color. He's targeting innocent Latinos and deporting them, tearing families apart, even deporting Americans. He's deported American children with cancer without their medical supplies. On top of that, he's deporting people that are actually in the legal process of becoming Americans. Meanwhile, on Monday, he is welcoming white, keyword white South Africans into America. He's providing them housing, prepaid phones, weather appropriate clothing, groceries, house furnishings, all while also saying that Latinos are draining the economy. Are you, like, be so fucking for real. Be so fucking for real, because these are the same Latinos that work multiple jobs. When have you seen a Latino immigrant begging on the street? Oh, wait. Latino immigrants work multiple jobs, don't even qualify for the benefits that he falsely claims that they are abusing. Babe, they can't even get these benefits. They will sell you flowers, wash your car, wash your house, wash the dishes. They do everything. They don't qualify for these benefits. You think if they qualified for these benefits that they would have all these multiple jobs, babe? Oh my God, like, at this point, I just don't want to hear it. I feel like there's so many people that I know personally that have been gaslighting me, constantly saying, oh, Trump he's not racist, he loves Latinos. Then make it make sense. Make it make sense. And then the ACLU has already reported there has been so many U.S. citizens that have been arrested and detained because they have been racially profiled. Yeah, for the color of their skin and for speaking Spanish. So please, I don't want to fucking hear it. It is about race. It is about color. If you're black and brown in America, you are targeted. And right now they're trying to get rid of habeas corpus, which is going to eliminate your right to resist arrest. So, yeah. For all the Latinos that voted for Trump, babe, it's you or me next at the end of the day. Like, this is about color. This is about preserving whiteness. This has always been that. And, you know, I don't think that we are at a point to, like, blame the Latinos that voted for Trump anymore. I think it's just wake up. Like, there's literally nothing that he's doing that's going to benefit you. Nothing. And I don't think that you need to wait for it to, like, personally affect you for you to wake up. I really beg and implore you to do your own research and just wake up. This isn't right. This is so sad.
So I just saw that the McDonald Trump administration just brought in a group of white South African refugees. And look, I want to be very clear. I don't have a problem with that. If people are in danger, if they're facing legitimate persecution, I'm glad we can offer them safety. That's what a decent country should do. But what I do have a problem with is the hypocrisy. Because this same administration that just rolled out the red carpet for 59 white Afrikaners is the same one turning away brown and black immigrants fleeing violence, war, and political collapse. They're shutting down the refugee pipeline for Haitians, Venezuelans, Central Americans, Sudanese families, people who are just running for their lives. But suddenly, when it's a group that looks a little more familiar, the border opens up, the taxpayer dollars flow, and the compassion kicks in. Let's just call it what it is: selective empathy. Because don't forget, McDonald Trump shut down the entire refugee resettlement program in his first 100 days. People who had already been vetted and approved were left stranded. But somehow this group makes it through. I don't think that's a coincidence. That's a policy choice. So, yeah, I'm happy these 59 people are safe. I wish them peace and healing. But I really wish that we would give a damn when the people knocking on the door weren't white, because compassion should not come with the skin tone requirement.
So the Trump administration is not allowing anybody from the southern border to be able to seek asylum, but he's allowing South Africans to seek asylum?
South Africa has faced racial persecution. In fact, the government there has vowed to take away their farmland that they own. And so the president has talked significantly about this. As for further details on refugee claims and asylum claims, I would defer you to the State Department.
So again, no one that crosses that border from the southern border can seek asylum, but yet he could go ahead and make room for South Africans who are just losing land, as opposed to South Americans who are fleeing their countries from gangs, from violence, from crime. He says no to them, but he's saying yes to those South Africans who are losing land. If this administration has not shown you yet that they are racist as fuck, this is an indicator. This is a great example. So fuck all the brown people, but he'll bring in South Africans who are white, not the black ones, but the white ones, here to the United States.
Sending private planes to pick up 8,000 Caucasian South African refugees when we're kicking people out that are in the middle of their immigration proceedings here in the U.S. now. Literally having people show up for their final steps of their immigration process and having them arrested, detained, and deported. Doesn't make any sense to me unless...
I just saw a video that Trump has brought in the white immigrants who are being poorly mistreated in their country, so he wants to save them. You Latinos for Trump, come to the front. Come to the front, you fucking disgraceful pieces of shit, you. What a fucking embarrassment you are to our people, to our culture, to our ancestors, who fought with their freaking lives against this very same regime that you got up, got dressed with your own right and your own free will, and voted for this fucking piece of shit president that's here now. And we all, as a whole, the Hispanic community, get looped in with you all. As, oh, your people voted for him. Because you want to be white aligned so fucking badly. You know that when Christopher Columbus went to put the island of Puerto Rico, I'm talking to Boricuas right now. When he went to the island of Puerto Rico, he found the Taino people to be so warm and welcoming and giving that he went back to Spain and told the king, yo, give me 50 soldiers, I can take over the whole island. These people are giving to a fault. He went over there and captured all the natives, tortured, killed, sold, and raped the women. And you pieces of shit voted for the same type of motherfuckers. I'm so pissed. I can't even stop cursing. There's not even a word to describe what I think about you Latinos for Trump. There's no, because you are disgraceful beyond measure. And to get a pat on the head that you didn't even get. You're nothing more than a whore for a white man. And that's, I'm talking to men and women alike.
While this racist-ass administration terrorizes Latinos across America, some who have been here all their life, have done the right thing, go to their appointments, to do the right things, and then be arrested at their appointments. And then some who just go to work and live their daily lives day by day, graduate from high school, go to college, not committing criminal acts, working jobs and paying taxes like everybody else. Yet this administration, they're racist ass thugs, go and kidnap these people, terrorize their kids, make their kids cry, and then we're going to welcome open arms these people right here. If this ain't all out racism, I don't know what is. Sickening, man. Sickening. And I shouldn't hold no ill will toward these people because it's not their fault. And I really wouldn't have no problem with them coming here if the other side was treated the same way. But this is about what it is. Make America white. And treat Latinos who have worked in this country and paid taxes like shit. But you Latinos for Trump, you're all the biggest fucking embarrassments to your old damn selves. Look at your fucking self in the mirror. Ain't nothing white about you, pendejo. Fuck Donald Trump and fuck his racist ass supporters.
So let me get this straight. Trump banned Muslims, caged black and brown kids, and called Haiti a shithole, but somehow he's rolling out the carpet for white South Africans, who, mind you, claim they're being oppressed by the very people that they oppressed for generations. This is not refugee policy. It's plantation nostalgia, dressed up as immigration reform. This entire push to rescue South African farmers, is built on a narrative, not facts. Yeah, there's some violence in South Africa. Yeah, some white farmers have been attacked. But the majority of the victims, they're not white. And the attacks aren't racially targeted. They're part of a broader crime crisis. South Africa has deep issues, yes. But this ain't some ethnic cleansing of white people. This lie got amplified by conservative media, white nationalist forums, and people who think land redistribution is oppression, when really it's just justice knocking on the door. So let's be honest about what this really is. It's America offering comfort to people who feel uncomfortable with equality. That's it. Because these so-called refugees are being fast-tracked for protection. Black asylum seekers from war-torn nations are being detained, deported, and ignored. They're not being offered farms and safety. They're being offered ICE and silence. This has never been about safety. It's about whiteness being treated like it's in danger anytime it's not in power. But here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to let people run from the consequences of apartheid, land here, and act like they're victims of a woke world gone mad. No. You don't get to gentrify racial trauma across borders. You don't get to weaponize your discomfort with progress and call it persecution. And if you're feeling displaced by land reform, good, because the land wasn't yours to begin with. So if you think Trump's weak attempt to play savior gives you the green light to come over here and start disrespecting people, think again, because the rest of us, we don't play like that. Go find you something safe to do, because bringing apartheid to a new zip code is the fastest way to find out this ain't the America you thought you were walking into. Stay safe.
After revoking TPS, temporary protected status for many Latinas, after deporting thousands of migrants from Latin America, Trump is now bringing back thousands of South African white immigrants. And not just bringing them in, but giving them refugee status with housing, food, healthcare, all supported by the government. And you've got to ask, what's going on here? How do you go from saying we don't want immigrants using taxpayers' money to turning around and invite a whole group of new white migrants and say we take care of you? This is the question a lot of Latino TikTokers are asking. Like, how is that? We've been living here for 10, 15 years, working jobs, paying taxes, raising families, and then you just say, get out. Meanwhile, people from South Africa, who have even never stepped foot in the US, are being flown in and welcomed like VIP guests. And let's not forget, many of those Latino immigrants who got deported came from countries going through real problems right now. Violence, poverty, political instability. And that's why they were given TPS in the first place. It wasn't some random free ride. It was based on the danger back home. But that didn't stop Trump administration from kicking them out. No mercy, no second chance. But now we see him bringing in white South African immigrants and giving them full support like they are long-lost family. What makes them more deserving than people who have been living in the US for many years, for many decades? It's not about laws. It's not about money. It's about who is being let in and why. And a lot of Latino creators are saying it out loud. It's because they are palm card. Some Latinos are even saying, we voted for Trump, we supported him because we thought he was tough on crime and good for the economy. But now they're realizing he was never for them. He was just using them. And the moment he had power again, he started deporting them, revoking TPS, breaking families apart. And the moment he had a chance to bring in white migrants, he opened the door wide. It's a slap in the face. And even some Latinos are admitting, we thought if we support Trump, we would be safe. Some of them tried to distance themselves from other immigrants, thinking we are different, we are legal, we are hardworking. But now they see it doesn't matter. To Trump and his people, you're just brown face. I know some of you guys may say that South Africa has problems, even though I'm not sure about the presence of those problems. But even the countries where those other immigrants came from had problems. They had even bigger problems than what is said to be in South Africa. You can't say one group deserve help while others being kicked out. That's not immigration policy. That's racism dressed up as politics. A lot of these Latinos are waking up. They are asking questions, a bunch of questions. They are realizing that Trump's promises were never for them. And honestly, I think it's a good thing because the truth has to come out. You can't keep defending someone who clearly doesn't care about your community. He revoked TPS, He ramped up deportations. He is separating families again. He's even targeting US citizens who look Latino. Meanwhile, he's flying in South Africans and calling them refugees who deserve full support. How does that make sense? And you know what's weird? The same MAGA folks who were yelling, "Build the wall," and no more immigrants are now cheering because South African migrants are being brought in. No complaints about taxpayers' money. It's quiet. That silence says everything. This is not about migration, my friends. It's about identity. It's about choosing who gets to belong and who doesn't. And I get why some Latinos are mad. I get why they are calling out this double standard. Because when the system is rigged, you gotta speak up. And that's exactly what they are doing on social medias right now. They are saying, "We see what's happening. We are not blind anymore." This situation is exposing the truth that has been there for so long. Some people are welcomed no matter what they do, and others are rejected no matter how hard they work. So if you're watching this and you are Latino or a part of any migrant community, let this be a wake-up call. Don't trust words, watch actions. I'll repeat it again. Don't trust words, watch actions. Trump said a lot of things to win votes, but look at what he's actually doing. Look at who he is hurting. And if you are still trying to make sense of it, why would someone bring migrants from one part of the world while kicking out immigrants from another? The answer isn't about rules. It's about race. It's about power. And to everyone else watching this video, what do you think? Is this really what America stands for? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear what you have to say.